Hey guys, Nova Bushido here, and yeah, hope you guys are doing well. We have a lot of information coming out for Monster Hunter Rise over the week. For example, learning that the Monster Hunter Rise is coming to PC in 2022, early 2022. So that's good news for people who don't have a Switch and want to play Monster Hunter Rise. We also had a lot of information about decorations and so on. But today, we're here to talk about some bad takes. So some of these bad takes are kind of old ones, some ones that I've seen a couple months ago. And it's quite interesting and I wonder how these guys will feel about Rise now that they see that it's also come to PC. Because all of the arguments is only about graphics when they call Rise a shit game. So will it automatically shift from saying the game's shit because of graphics to saying the game's amazing now because the graphics are better? Like, is that how you, are you so shallow that that's how you determine how good or bad a game is? The graphics are great. I have a PC, a gaming PC. It's almost out of date now. I've had it for quite a while, but when I built it, I spent over £1,000 on it, and back then that's probably around $1,500 or so, and it still works well today. But nonetheless of that, gameplay, for me at least, is always king, and then graphics come somewhere after many other things, but it depends what type of game it is. But that's not what we're talking about today. So let me get into this first one here. How are fanboys actually pleased with this game? It looks worse than Dauntless. How can you go from the masterpiece that is Monster Hunter World and enjoy Rise? Masterpiece? Like, Monster Hunter World is a great game. It's a fantastic game. It's done a lot for the series, but calling it a masterpiece is an over-exaggeration. For example, in their attempt to make the game a bit more realistic, they really screwed up a lot with the weapon designs from previous monsters and even some of the new monsters, which the weapon designs looked really rough at most parts. Iron and bone weapons just added on with some materials from the monster itself. It really brought down how unique every weapon was in World. And that seems to be changing from the series onwards. I think Capcom has learned a lesson on that, but it was a big issue within the Monster Hunter community. But saying it's worse than Dauntless has a whole different type of art style, and I've looked at Dauntless. I don't think it looks like a bad game. I think Dauntless looks like a nice game. The texture style is definitely really different, but the way he calls people fanboys because they actually enjoy it, the graphics in Rise on the Switch looks pretty damn good. Definitely for something running on a Switch. Like, I really don't know why these people feel like just because you're playing on a different system, like, you're inferior. I've seen this quite a lot. In fact, I was having conversations with another person earlier, and I don't want to really put what he said up on the screen because he was someone I had a conversation with myself, and I don't want to make it easier for people to find who he is so they could harass him, so I'm not going to put anything out for this person. But he was saying stuff like calling people who want to play Rise on Nintendo system Nintendo virgins, these virgin gamers who stick to the past. And I was like, where do you get this stuff from? Like, these people, I don't know where they get this. It's like they have to head up so far up their arse that they can come up with this, and they will start disrespecting other people for their preferences. Of course, there's a lot of people who are pleased with it because it looks really damn good aesthetically and for the system it's on. So this it's quite funny, definitely, considering that the game now is coming to PC in next year, 2022. Like, is it all of a sudden not shit then? Is it all of a sudden a masterpiece? Is Rise all of a sudden not gonna be a bad game just because it's coming to a system with better graphics? Is that what it takes really to bump up a game from being shit to being amazing? Is that how shallow gaming has become? I think I need you guys in the comments to actually tell me what do you think about that? Because that seems wrong to me. It seems wrong to me. Now, that's the state of where we are in gaming. Like, honestly, it's quite disgusting, you know. I mean, for me specifically, when I was growing up in gaming, it was all about games. It was all about the games you can play, the games you have in your system. It wasn't about the most powerful system. Having a more powerful system was always great, but anyone who didn't have the most powerful system, who was playing on a different system, it didn't matter. It just mattered about having fun and have the fun on the place that you want to have fun. I just want to pause for a second to just say to everyone, if you want where you want to play your games, it does not matter. Don't let people like this take the fun out of your games. Play your games on wherever, on PC, on Switch, on Xbox, PlayStation, even on mobile. Play your games wherever you want. It's up to you. Don't let these people dictate who you are. Like, that guy who was talking about Virgin, he was even saying that Nintendo is ruining gaming. I've seen 2 people say that, ruining gaming. Literally, wasn't there a comment that we talked about before that said the same thing? When Nintendo literally saved gaming in the 80s. They saved it. They've been continuing innovating year after year. Yes, it's true that the systems are underpowered compared to their competitors, and yes, some of their business practices are shady. I won't deny any true fact, and I won't deny that all of the big companies have shady practices. They all do, unfortunately. It's how they operate. It's an unfortunate circumstance, but I won't sugarcoat certain companies and reprehend other companies just because of where my allegiance lies. My allegiance don't lie with any specific company. My allegiance lies with the games, and it so happens that most of the games I play is on PC or Nintendo Switch. It doesn't mean that Nintendo is not void of criticism. I will criticize them on many things. I have in my personal life, I'm never having a video. But yeah, sorry guys, I went on kind of on a tangent, kind of off topic from what this guy was talking about, but it just gets me annoyed, you know. It just gets me really annoyed when I see people like this. And I've seen it more and more. More and more as the days go on. These elitists who think because they're on a more powerful system that they're the greatest. It is so shallow, honestly. Everyone play your preferences. Come on to the next one. Alright guys, this one's an interesting one. You're tripping. Can't wait to see the demo stream tonight and see how garbage that 240p at 10 FPS game will look live. Ha 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 ha. Plus, the streamers will show vow garbage Nintendo online is utter trash. Laugh out loud. Alright, this guy's saying a couple things there. So 240p, the game has already been confirmed to be much higher than 240p, I can assure you. I don't know the full resolution, but I'm expecting it to be probably within the range of 720 to 1080p on the Switch. And it's been said that it's almost locked at 30 frames per second. When it can get to more than 4 people, you and your palicos and palamutes going ham, it can dip to, I think, to probably around 25 or so. I'm not too sure on how steady that is overall, but that was from the demo. We don't know from the actual real game that's actually coming out to release. And it's interesting, these guys were saying it before the demo came out, and yeah, it ran perfectly fine for the most part. Some people had issues with the friend list where you would have starters online. Apart from that, the demo was great, it was amazing. Now Nintendo Online, yes, Nintendo Online is not the best system. Like I said before, I will never sugarcoat stuff. Definitely not to you guys. Nintendo Online is not great. The fact you have to pay £20 and the fact that it doesn't have voice chat or on-system messaging is a big problem. Definitely for me, as a person who's made friends through Monster Hunter, through lobbies and through Smash, and there's no way for me to really communicate with them. I just set up a room, and if they join, they join. If they don't, they don't. But there's no way to actually communicate on when we need to do stuff. But to say it's trash due to actual playability and how good the connectivity is, that's actually a fault. That's actually a fallacy. Because Monster Hunter and Switch, even on other Nintendo platforms, has never really had a problem with connectivity. From my experience at least, it's always been pretty perfect. If someone has a bad connection, yeah, the connectivity might not be as great as it could be, but if everyone has a good stable internet, Monster Hunter Online has always worked pretty damn well. On the Switch, it hasn't had many issues at all. Like I said, there was a bug with the new shift for this new service that Nintendo's using, and they used it for the first Monster Hunter Rise demo, and there was a bug where if you had over 50 people on your friends list, you would stutter online, and Capcom have confirmed that that's going to be fixed by the release of the game, so that's great. That was an issue, but it was a bug. But to say that it's utter shit is false. Everything about that statement is false. But let's move to the next one. That is a good point. I can't wait to see the demo and see how amazing it looks on the Switch to prove you wrong. And the guy was right. The game looked really well on the Switch. It looked really well on the Switch. It looked really good. I was impressed. It won't work well, laugh out loud. I mean, laugh my ass off. It worked really well, so that's a lie. Hey, let's talk about the demo now. Looks like... Wait, so that's an hour later. Looks like garbage and frame rate is unstable. The frame rate was fine. The frame rate was pretty much stable 30 frames when you're playing by yourself. When you're playing with like 2 people, it was the same. At 4 people, it could dip a bit. That is true on the demo, at least. That is true. But when it comes to the graphical fidelity of the game, it looks, for a Switch game, it looks amazing. This is hands down the best looking Switch game. Definitely from a third party dev. Like I said, now there's a PC version, so people who really do want to get it, they can get it there. It's going to be really interesting to see what the sales are going to be like actually for the Switch version of this game. Because in Japan, the game's going to be selling gangbusters, and in the West on the Switch, I think it's going to do more than most people actually expect. It's going to do more than most people actually expect in the West, I believe. I really do believe that. But let's go to the next one. Alright, this one's a special one, but let's read it. You can make a petition to force Capcom to scrap the Switch plans and make the game only available on PS5. We can band together as PlayStation fans and make our voices heard, because Monster Hunter should be a Sony property. Mate, Sony don't care about Japan. Capcom is a Japanese game. Sony have solidified that they don't care about Japan. They pretty much fired all of Japan's studios. The studio that made PlayStation popular on PlayStation 1 and 2 era, they fired them. They're only keeping on the Astro Bot team. That's it. They don't care about Japan. I would not trust a Japanese-based game in Sony's hands right now. I would not. Unfortunately, no, I would not. Keep it to Capcom. Capcom, you deliver it how you want. And that's just one thing. That's just one thing. But how... Scrap the plans for the Switch to make it a PS5 only game. No one can even get a PS5 right now. The PS5 is being scalped so hard, so heavily. I saw some reports saying that apparently 15% of PS5s are being scalped. Most people can't get a PS5. It's not selling as well as it should be because they're getting scalped left, right, and center. And Xboxes too, unfortunately. Even the new graphics cards, the 3080, the 3090, they're getting scalped up. No one can get them. You know, I want to tell you a story because I can sympathize a bit. I can sympathize a bit with PlayStation 5 fans because I primarily have played Monster Hunter on Nintendo systems. I started on the Wii with Monster Hunter Tri, and I moved on from there. And I wasn't playing Monster Hunter for a while because I put down my 3DS. I stopped playing Generations, and Generations Ultimate didn't come to the West yet, so I wasn't playing anything. And the Monster Hunter World came and it looked fantastic. I was like, whoa, I need to get this game. I need to get this game. But I was like, damn, it's not on PC yet, and I don't have an Xbox, and I don't have a PlayStation yet. So what should I do? Because what I wanted to do was always have a PC and a Switch. So if any game doesn't come to Switch, I can just copy it on PC. So I play MMOs on PC, I play RPGs. My brother, he actually got Monster Hunter World on Xbox. You know, I wanted to play with my brother because I haven't played with my brother on games in quite a while. He's older than me. So I was like, okay, I bought an Xbox just to play Monster Hunter World with my brother. I bought an Xbox Series X and we played together. It was great. We had some good times, and I also played with my friends. And then more of my friends got on Monster Hunter World on PC, so I bought on PC to play with a different group of friends. I didn't play that much on PC because I didn't want to grind again. I didn't want to grind over again. And then what happened was I was getting a bit bored of Base World. I was getting a bit bored after, you know, getting to the end, farming for stream stones, I think it was back then. I was a bit bored. My friend, he was playing Monster Hunter Gen U on the Switch. And I was like, damn, Gen. I bought Gen, like, when it came out, and I was like, this is great. But then I was like, you know, I got World to play, so let me play more World, because that's what I'm into right now. But then when I jumped on Gen, I couldn't stop. I loved Gen to death. Me and my friend were playing constantly, every day. I'd play going to the gym, I'd play coming back home. I'd play going to work, I'd play coming back home, I'd play in my bed, I'd play everywhere, like I said in my other video actually. And it was a great experience. I have so many good fond memories of playing Monster Hunter GU by myself and with my friends, because a couple of my friends have that game. But when no Monster Hunter came to the Switch, yeah, I understand. I was like, damn, you know, I don't have any Monster Hunter to play. You know, a lot of Nintendo fans felt that way. Some Nintendo fans probably came out and they were quite bitter about it and they were hateful about it, and I don't think that's the right thing to do. For me, I never was hateful to anyone about it. I said, if I want to play this game, I need to get an Xbox, or I need to wait for the PC version, and I didn't want to wait for the PC version because I wanted to play with my brother. So I did that. And when I see people like this, I'm like, you chose the dark path. You chose the dark path. Honestly, you went down the road. It's like Anakin and Kenobi. Alright? There's two sides of the Force, and you just decided to go down the dark path. You got tempted by extra power, and you've gone down the dark path. To understand that there's temptation, to understand that there's these feelings can come up in you to make you feel resentful and annoyed. And you let them take over you. And that's when you come to say things like this. That's where you come to see all these people say things like this online to other people, calling the kids garbage, calling it shit, calling people virgins because they want to play in a certain system. Like, what is this? How did we get here? How did people get so toxic about the same game that we all enjoy? Honestly. And it's getting annoying to me, you know. It's getting so annoying. Because I'm a big Monster Hunter fan, and I've never seen this before. Monster Hunter has never been like this. And I'm getting annoyed. I don't normally get annoyed. Like, when I'm doing these videos, I'm normally, in my heart, I'm normally quite calm. My voice outwards towards what these guys are saying, I'm just responding to how they're acting as a response back. But right now, it's like, it gets tiring, you know? It gets tiring to see people who want to disrespect other people just because they have a preference of what they want to play on. Like, what's the big deal? There were so many exclusives that companies buy out left, right, and center. PlayStation buying out Final Fantasy 16. PlayStation buying out Final Fantasy 7 Remake. They got so many deals with Square Enix. They got so many deals with Persona. Deals with superhero games. Microsoft now buying a lot of studios. These things happen in the gaming industry. I'm sorry, guys. And it was the same thing when Microsoft bought Bethesda. People were pissed. Sony fans were pissed. They were frightened. They're not going to get their Elder Scrolls. They're not going to get all their big games. I think it's Starfield. They're not going to get that. They're afraid. I'm sorry, guys. It's upsetting, yeah. It can be scary. I understand. I can sympathize. Every company's doing it. Just because it's happening to you, it doesn't mean you can come out and start chatting this shit to other people. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It gets me a bit frustrated, you know? It gets me a bit frustrated, like, freaking hell. And like I said, I can sympathize. I've been there as well. But I would never go out and start attacking other people. Start attacking other consoles. I would never do that. I would never attack other people for playing on a certain console and wanting to play their game how they want to play it. It's up to them. It's just wrong, man. It's just so wrong to see people like this. And it's not just this guy. It's not just these guys. There's those people everywhere. It's not just in Monster Hunter, guys. I think this is going further than Monster Hunter. They're everywhere in gaming industry these days. It's not even just the gaming industry, man. I think it's life. You know, people are trying to divide themselves so much based on what group they're in. I'm in the PS5 group. I'm in Xbox group. I'm in Nintendo group. I'm in PC group. And then we got the micro groups. You know, I like RPGs. I like shooters. I like fighters. And then if you go even deeper than that, I like Monster Hunter. I like Dauntless. I like Destiny. I like Halo. You can go down in so many groups. You can keep going down to so many micro levels, and you can find a reason why. I find a reason to hate someone. Even in Monster Hunter, you can go down to saying, "What weapon do you use? I don't like that weapon. I don't like you." In the older games, oh, use a hunting horn. I don't like hunting horn users. Okay. Oh, you're using a palico. I don't like palico users. You know, it goes deeper than those console wars. I think it's just people, and I think people need to get over it, and people need to grow up. Otherwise, we're gonna rip at each other too much. We're really gonna. I'm sorry to get a bit too real, guys, but we're really gonna tear down each other's souls by attacking people for just belonging to a certain group. It's not right. It's not right. But that's been me, Nova Bushido. I hope you guys are doing alright, and I'll catch you later. See you.